Guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be making a hut, but I already made some of it. It's right. Where is it?
Farther south, Israel reportedly is considering a plan to demolish all Lebanese towns and villages near the country's border. An Israeli military official saying the move would affect areas up to 3 kilometers into Lebanon.
I'm going to make it.
Is to create a buffer zone against his.
A lot of news to get to, but right now we begin with the search is on for the missing crew member of a U.S. Air Force jet shot down over Iran. Some of the wreckage was found, including part of the wing of the jet and one of the ejection seats. Another person in the jet has already been found and rescued. A new video shows a low-flying aircraft searching for person and dozens of people searching the ridgeline for any sign of the downed aircraft or its missing crew member. Iranian state media promised a reward Friday for anyone who captures the person alive. Meanwhile, there's other video you're seeing right there appearing to show a group of Iranian police officers shooting at low-flying helicopters in the area. Those choppers look like Blackhawks, which Israel and the United States both operate. Iran is also taking responsibility for striking another U.S. fighter jet, an A-10 Thunderbolt II, like this one right here. That pilot ejected before crashing and made it to safety. For more on all this, we have CNN's Paula Hancock. She's joining us now from Abu Dhabi with the latest developments. Paula, tell us, what more have you learned?
I might build a little extra stuff, though.
Well, Danny, it was just over 24 hours ago that the Revolutionary Guard first claimed that they had shot down a US fighter jet, and now there is very much a search and rescue ongoing. Both sides, the US and Iran, are trying to find that missing crew member at this point. Now, we have seen on Iranian state media that they are offering a reward. Let's listen to exactly what the news anchors are saying.
Not that many hearts. I need to
hand over a pilot
find a village
of the enemy
close by.
law
Okay,
enforcement and military forces.
Close by.
You will receive a valuable reward.
And also, guys, I'm not on the full game though.
With OFTC, we're choosing hands-on education that prepares for great careers in healthcare.
I think
we're
that
choosing instructors with
I'm gonna
real-world
get some
experience so we can thrive in automation and
beds
manufacturing.
and then
We're
bring it to
choosing
my
affordable
thing.
tuition to help us
So
become
then
cyber defenders with little to no debt.
I gotta see if I can
to help us grow into successful professionals and 130 plus programs.
I'm gonna get a random house, but I know it gotta be like one of these wooden houses.
Now it's your turn. What will you choose?
How do you jump in this game? I forgot. Okay, there you go. So I know how to
think we're in a retirement crisis in this country today. In just 3 years, Americans feel like they need 53% more money to when people are thinking long-term, scarcity, there's only 21 million Bitcoin that'll ever exist, and this is a cutting edge of opportunity to take a piece of your IRA
I don't know where Bruce is from
and put it directly into Bitcoin.
If you're smart and you're right about Bitcoin,
might do
better
this.
place to have it than in a retirement savings account, and that tax shelter instead. Like some of our clients that have had massive gains.
Oh man, it just broke. But I gotta find a house
also quoting
that
a senior
actually
Iranian
has.
security commander talking about the fact that they managed to shoot down
I
2
wonder how do
jets
you use
in
this?
just one day, saying that they are using new methods and equipment
Gimme.
and innovations in air defense systems. No further
Now I need to
details
head
of
back
exactly what that entails. But also we have been seeing some more strikes against
I need to head home
Iran. We
before
have
it gets
seen
night.
damage to the perimeter of the Bashir nuclear
And
reactor. We understand that this was from
Hopefully
state
I can
media
find it. Yeah, I
reported
see it.
either a US
Would have
or an
to jump
Israeli strike. We
to,
hear
get
from the UN
prospecting pretty soon.
IAEA, the
But that's
nuclear
really cave,
watchdog.
though.
There is no
I don't
rise
feel like
in
going back in
radiation
there.
detected, but they are calling once again for all sides to steer clear of nuclear facilities. This is the 4th time that we have seen this Bashir nuclear plants be targeted. We also know multiple petrochemical facilities and companies were targeted as well.
Okay, so
Some
now
damage to those.
I'm just gonna have
saying they believe
to
casualties as well.
cover this
And
part
when you
up.
look at what is coming the other
I need
way
to get on my
from Iran, we
inventory.
saw here in the
That's
UAE,
gonna
in
add a
Dubai,
door.
there was an interception of a projectile.
Just
The
grab a
debris
piece
of
of
that damaged the facade of the Oracle
And put
building
that-
in Dubai. Now, this is the US tech giant. It comes after we heard from Iran as well that they have threatened 17 technology companies with being targeted if more of their leadership
Okay, I'm
were
gonna need
killed.
another piece of
And also
dirt.
we know that the Italian Prime Minister,
Right here.
Giorgia Meloni, is in the region. She has been in
Hopefully
Saudi Arabia.
nothing comes
She's also
from-
been quite critical
from the
of
top.
this Iran war, and she's
I
seen
guess
as a
we
key
just gonna
ally
have
of
to
President Trump, but
have
not
a-
when it comes to this war. She's in
have
the
a door.
region to try and secure energy
I can't
supplies,
keep,
saying this time we
building the
disagree when talking about Trump's decision to carry out this war.
Right now, the search is on for the missing crew
I need a
members of the
piece of
U.S.
dirt.
Air Force jet shot down over
Behind
Iran.
this one.
Some of the wreckage was found, including
Yeah.
part of the wing of the jet.
Dig it up.
And one of the ejection seats as well. Another person in the jet has already been found
this
and rescued. New videos show low-flying aircraft searching for the person and dozens of people searching a ridgeline. Iranian state media promised a reward Friday for anyone who captures this person alive.
Break this one. Get up. Place this right here. Again. Right here.
Other video appeared to
Place.
show a group of Iranian police officers
Place.
shooting at low-flying choppers that appear to be U.S.-made Blackhawks.
Place.
CNN's Paula Hancock
Okay.
is joining me now from
I'm
Abu
doing
Dhabi with the
good.
latest developments. Paula, tell us, what have you learned more about this
But I
evolving
think that-
situation?
That
Well,
that
Danny, we know at this
my
point
hood
that
is gonna look
both
so
Iran
cool.
and the US
We got
is
some
working to
gum.
try and find this
All I gotta
missing
do is
crew
just,
member. We know from Iranian state media that they
just
have
place
actually
my
been
bed
publicly announcing
build
that
my
there
roof.
will be a financial
I
reward,
might have
a
to
valuable
expand this part
prize,
right
it
here.
says, if anyone were to find one of the pilots alive. So obviously that is spurring on the efforts of the US military to try and find one of its own. We did see much evidence of that on Friday. Now we also heard from an Iranian senior military commander
Okay,
talking
I
about
guess
the
I'm gonna
fact that they managed to down 2 jets in the
expand
space
because-
of 1 day, saying that they were using new methods and equipment and innovations in air defense systems. Now, they weren't any clearer
I need
than
to get in
that,
my
but they
house.
have acknowledged
This
the
is
fact that they were able to inflict this damage on the US military. Now, also when it comes to the airstrikes that are continuing in Iran this Saturday, we did see from Iranian state media again saying that the perimeter of the Bashir nuclear
gotta wait
power
until
plant
nighttime
has
'cause
been hit. They say one person has been killed in that airstrike. We also know from the IAEA, the
I can probably
nuclear
expand it.
watchdog, there has been no rise
Just do
in
the same
radiation,
method.
but they are calling on both sides to stop
stone.
any military activity near any
Hopefully the
nuclear
stone just
facility.
doesn't
Now, we
break
also had a
and,
fairly ominous warning
well, I
from
can't
the
get
Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi,
Okay, but
saying that
I need to
any
pick up.
nuclear fallout or radioactive fallout would, quote,
I'm gonna need a
end
crafting table.
end life in Gulf capitals, not Tehran. Now, he's talking about the fact that Bashir is just on the southwestern coast of Iran. It is much closer to the Gulf nations than it is
Okay,
to the
now-
capital itself. Now, we've also
I need
seen
to
some
place the dirt back.
petrochemical companies that were targeted in Iran as well. When it comes to the damage that Iran
My
is doing
dirt
the
hut
other way, we have
is gonna
seen
look so
continued
cool.
strikes against the Gulf nations. In fact, we saw here in the
I'm actually
UAE,
gonna
in
get on
Dubai,
top of my base.
debris from an intercepted
Jump,
projectile
jump.
actually hit the facade of an Oracle building. This is the US tech giant. There were no injuries, minor damage, but it is one of the many companies that Iran had actually named, saying that these US tech companies would be targeted if there was an attempt to take out more of the Iranian leadership. We've just heard from the Ministry of Defense here in the UAE as well, talking about how many projectiles have been fired in the last 24 hours. 23 missiles, 56 drones. That is higher than we have seen for some time during this war. So it is very clear. Tehran is still very capable of terrorizing its neighbors.
Okay.
At this hour, the United States is on an urgent search to find a U.S. crew member missing after Iran downed an F-15 fighter jet. Video on social media shows a low-flying aircraft searching an area in southwestern Iran yesterday. Sources say the U.S. was able to rescue one of the two crew members aboard the downed fighter jet. Iran state media has since released various images of aircraft debris. This one right here appears to show a damaged ejection seat from an F-15 fighter jet, but CNN cannot confirm the location of that image. In the meantime, a U.S. official confirms that Iran also hit a second U.S. military plane yesterday. The plane was an A-10 Thunderbolt II, like the two pictured here. According to the U.S. official, the pilot safely ejected from that aircraft and was rescued.
Hopefully I can find
This
that
morning,
back.
Iranian state media says a site near its
It's probably just gonna
Bushehr
spawn me
nuclear
back
power
while I
plant has
spawn.
been attacked, killing one person.
One of its 2 crew members was rescued and is alive and receiving medical attention. The status of the second crew member is unknown right now.
Oh,
It's the
Skelly
first
Bones.
time a
You
US
wanna fight
aircraft
me?
has been shot down over Iran during this conflict.
Okay.
The
Bro
downed
is super
fighter jet
unpowered.
was an F-15
Bro is powerful.
E-Strike Eagle. Typically, its pilot sits in the front seat with a
I'm
weapons
getting
system
the
officer in the back seat. This video you're seeing there now, shared on Friday, appears Iranian police officers shooting a pair of helicopters flying at low altitude in southwestern
If I
Iran.
have
It
time,
isn't clear
I will do
who
part
those
2
aircraft
tomorrow,
do belong to, though,
right?
or if they were involved
It
in
probably
search
been the
efforts or some other operation. Multiple videos show military aircraft operating over Iran on Friday, apparently searching for the U.S.
The
service
morning
member.
or the
Israel
afternoon.
postponed some of its planned strikes on
But
Iran
I'm
so
gonna
as not to
see.
interfere
I'm gonna
with
try this
search efforts.
one more. Okay, I forgot.
Iran also struck a second U.S. military plane on Friday, an A-10 Warthog, which is like this one you're seeing there. U.S. officials say the
Okay,
pilot
I need to
navigated
run
away from Iranian territory
back into
before
my house.
ejecting and has actually been rescued, so that's some good news. Let's head live now to Abu Dhabi and CNN's Paula Hancock. Paula, good to see you. Thanks for being with me. How
I'm
is
scared.
Iran responding at the moment? So much.
I'm scared.
It was about 24 hours ago that the IRGC, the Revolutionary Guard in Iran, claimed that they had shot down this fighter jet and issued some footage, some photos of part of the wreckage. So we have heard from Iranian state media that they are also
I gotta do a part
looking
2.
for this
See you later,
missing crew
guys.
member. In fact, we heard a news anchor